with him at all. I know nothing about the project other than I didn't like, when I read about it, I didn't like it. I said, this is for government, this isn't for private people. And it sounded to me like showboating, and I think I let my opinion be very strongly stated at the time. I didn't like it. It was showboating and maybe looking for funds, but you'll have to see what happens. I think it's a very sad thing for Mr. Bannon. I think it's surprising. But this was something, as you know, just by reading social media and by reading whatever it is and by speaking to Mike and all of them, I didn't like that project. I thought that was a project that was being done for showboating reasons. I don't know that he was in charge. I didn't know any of the other people either. But it's sad. It's very sad.
Respectfully, sir, it's not just Steve Bannon, it's Roger Stone, it's Michael Flynn, it's Rick Gates, Paul Manafort, Michael Cohen. What's it say about your judgment that these are the kind of people
well,
that you're
affiliated
no idea.
With,
and the culture of lawlessness around people who are
there was
involved
great
in the leadership
lawlessness in the Obama
campaign?
administration. They spied on our campaign illegally. And if you look at all of the things and all of the scandals they had tremendous lawlessness. But I know nothing about, I was not involved in the project. I have no idea who was. But I can tell you, I didn't know the people, the three people that were talked about were people that I did not know. I don't believe I ever met them. I don't think that should be a privately financed wall. I don't think it's too complex, it's too big. And we're now up to 300 miles, almost in another week and a half, we'll be up to 300 miles of wall at the highest level. They were even having construction problems. I was reading, the little I know about it, I got from you. I was reading where they were having construction problems with the wall, that they had a small area just to show people they could build a wall, and they were having a lot of problems where it was toppling over and other things. And I didn't like it because I didn't want to be associated with that. We built a very powerful wall. It was a wall that is virtually impossible to get through. It's very, very tough. It's very strong, and it's everything the Border Patrol wanted. And I didn't want to have a wall that was going to be an inferior wall, and I felt this was going to be an inferior wall.
Chris Kobach says you endorsed the wall. Is that true?
I didn't know that. I didn't know about Bannon's involvement, but I didn't know the other people. But I do think it's a sad event. And again, Steve has had a great career at Goldman Sachs. He's had a career with a lot of other people. I haven't dealt with him at all over years now, literally years. And I guess this was a project he was involved in, but it was something that, in fact, you can see I made statements about it a long time ago. It was something that I very much felt was inappropriate to be doing. Okay.
Mr. President, how do you
Please,
see,
go ahead.
Mr. President?
No, go ahead, please.
Yeah. Mr. President, the end of the militia roles in Iraq is one of the very important issues to stabilize the country in Iraq. How America is going to support ending the militia role in Iraq?
You know, you're very hard to understand. Could you maybe help me with it?
President,
Wait, go ahead, try it again.
الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية ساعدت العراق كثيرا في الحرب ضد داعش وساعدت في إسقاط نظام صدام حسين. نحمل على عمل علاقات مشتركة بين العراق وأمريكا تعتمد على المبدأ الاقتصادي والمصالح المشتركة من أجل مستقبل أفضل لشعب العراق ومستقبل العراق. شكرا جزيلا.
The United States helped Iraq enormously in defeating ISIS and also in toppling the Saddam Hussein regime. We are working on building a strong relationship that is based on joint interest between Iraq and the United States, that is based on economic interest for the better future of the Iraqi people and the United States people.
When we came into office, ISIS was running rampant all over Iraq and Syria, and we knocked out the 100% of the ISIS caliphate. But the Obama administration did a very, very poor job. They were running rampant all over. And we came in and we did a real job, and we got rid of that, and that was a good thing. And now we're working with Iraq. They use the great American dollar, which is the most powerful currency in the world, and they're starting to do well. And we are with them, and this gentleman in particular, we've developed a very good relationship, and hopefully it's going to be very strong for your country.
Mr. President, thank you, Mr. President. There have been 32 attacks. There have been 32 attacks in the last 10 months on U.S. interests in Iraq, particularly in the Green Zone and U.S. military bases. How are you going to help Iraq to halt these attacks by pro-Iranian militia and to hold these people accountable? And sir, if I may also, there was some reporting that the U.S. troops will withdraw from Iraq totally in 3 years. Is this true?
So at some point, we obviously will be gone. We've brought it down to a very, very low level. We deal when there are attacks. We take care of those attacks, and we take care of them very easily. Nobody has the weaponry we have. Nobody has the anything of what we have. We have the finest, the greatest military in the world. When somebody hits us, we hit back harder than they hit us. So we handle it. In addition to that, Iraq has been very helpful where necessary. But we have been taking our troops out of Iraq fairly rapidly, and we look forward to the day when we don't have to be there, and hopefully Iraq can live their own lives and they can defend themselves, which they've been doing long before we got involved. Yes, please.
Mr. President, how do you see the role of the Kurds in Iraq?
About the bounties. You say you hit back hard, but we haven't seen any definitive strike back for bounties upon Americans.
Well, you don't know about the bounties. I mean, you're telling me if you know something, you can let us know, but you obviously don't know very much about it. But if we found that would be true, if we found that would be a very, it would be a fact, what you just said, we would hit them so hard your head would spin. Go ahead.
Mr. President, how do you see the role of the Kurds in Iraq? And how is important relationship between Baghdad and Erbil?
Well, the Kurds helped us greatly in defeating the, as you know, the ISIS and getting the ISIS, 100% of the ISIS caliphate. So we have a very good relationship with the Kurds, and we've also treated them very well.
Mr. President,
Yes,
on the
please.
bombings?
Yeah. The end of the militia rules in Iraq is very important to stabilize the country. How America can help ending the militia rules, and how can help Iraq in the democracy process?
Well, what we're doing is we're helping where we can. But again, that's a country, that's a separate country. They have a prime minister and they have people in office and they have to run their country. We've been in Iraq for a long time. I won't say whether or not I said we should be there, but frankly, I didn't think it was a good idea, but I was a civilian, so who's going to listen to me? But I made my point pretty clear, I guess as clear as a civilian can do it. But we were there, and now we're getting out. We'll be leaving shortly, and the relationship is very good. We're making very big oil deals. Our oil companies are making massive deals, and that's basically the story. I mean, we're very happy with the relationship that we've developed over the last couple of years. I thought before that, frankly, the United States was being taken advantage of, but we're going to be leaving, and hopefully we're going to be leaving a country that can defend itself.
Mr. President,